have you called in New York now, Mrs. Glass?
Muriel? Is that you?
Yes, Mother, how are you?
I've been worried to death about you. Why haven't you phoned?
I tried to get you last night and the night before. The phone here's
Are you all right, Muriel?
I'm fine. I'm hot. This is the hottest day they've had in Florida
I've been
in
worried
years.
to death.
Mother, darling, don't yell. I can hear you beautifully.
Are you all right, Muriel? Tell me the truth.
I'm fine. Stop asking me that, please.
When did you get there?
I don't know, Wednesday morning.
Who drove?
He did. Don't get excited. He drove very nicely.
He drove. Muriel, you gave me your word.
Mother, I just told you he drove very nicely. Under 50 the whole way, as a matter of fact.
Did he try any of that funny business with the trees?
Mother, I just said he drove very nicely. Did Daddy get the car fixed incidentally?
Not yet. They want $400 just
Mother,
to fix
Seymour
the
told Daddy he'd pay for it.
Is he still calling you that awful name?
No. He has something new now.
What?
What's the difference, Mother?
Muriel, I want to know.
All right. All right, he calls me Miss Spiritual Tramp of 1948.
It isn't funny, Muriel. It isn't funny at all. It's horrible. Sad, actually, is what it is.
Mother, listen to me. You remember that German book he sent me? The one with all those German poems. What did I do with it? I've been racking my brains trying.
Why? Does he want it?
No, only he asked me about it. He wanted to know if I read it.
It's in German.
Yes, dear, it doesn't make any difference. He said that the poems were written by the only great poet of the century and that I should have bought a translation or something, or learn the language, if you please.
Awful. Awful. Sad, actually, is what it is.
Just a second, Mother. Mother?
Muriel, now listen to me.
I'm listening.
Your father talked to Dr. Savetsky.
Oh?
He told him everything. The trees, that business with the window, those horrible things he said to Granny about her passing away. And what he did with all those lovely pictures from Bermuda. Everything.
Well?
Well, in the first place, he said it was a perfect crime the Army released him from the hospital. My word of honor. He very definitely told your father there's a chance. A very great chance, he said, that Seymour may completely lose control of himself. Word of honor. Muriel, we're very worried about you. Your father wanted me to wire you last night to come home, as a matter of fact.
I'm not coming home, Mother, so relax.
Muriel, my word of honor, Dr. Savetsky said Seymour may completely lose control.
There's a psychiatrist here at the hotel.
And what did he say?
Nothing much, really. I was sitting next to him at bingo last night, and he asked me if that wasn't my husband playing piano in the other room. He asked me if Seymour's been sick or something.
Why do you ask that?
Well, I don't know. I guess because he's so pale and all. Anyway, after bingo, he and his wife asked me if I wouldn't like to join them for a drink. So I did. She was horrible. You remember that awful dinner dress we saw in Bonwit's window? The one you said you'd have to have a tiny...
Green?
She had it on, and all hips. She just kept asking me if Seymour's related to that Suzanne Glass that has that place on Madison Avenue. You know, the millinery.
Yes, but what did he say, though, the doctor?
Oh, nothing really. I mean, we were in the bar and all, and it was terribly noisy.
Well, how's your blue coat, anyway?
All right, I had some of the padding taken out.
How are the clothes this year?
Terrible. But out of this world. See sequins, everything.
And how's your room?
All right. Just all right, though. We couldn't get the room we had before the war. And the people are just awful this year. You should see what sits next to us at the dining room table. They look as though they drove down in trucks.
Well, it's that way all over. Muriel, I'm only going to ask you once more. Are you really all right?
Yes, Mother, for the 90th time.
And you don't want to come home?
No, Mother. Listen, I really must go. This call's costing a fortune.
I think of how you waited for that boy all through the war. I mean, when you think of all those crazy
Mother
little
dear,
lies.
I really must hang up. Seymour could come in at any minute.
Where is he?
On the beach?
On the beach. By himself. Does he behave himself on the beach?
Mother, you talk about him as though he were a raving maniac.
I never said anything of the kind, Muriel.
All he does is lie there. He won't even take his bathrobe off.
He won't take his bathrobe off. Why not?
I don't know. I guess because he's so pale.
My goodness, he needs the sun. Can't you make him?
You know Seymour. Now, dear, I really must go. I'll call you tomorrow, maybe.
Muriel, listen to me.
Yes, Mother?
Call me the instant he does anything at all funny. You know what I mean. Do you hear me?
Mother, I'm not afraid of Seymour.
Muriel, I want you to promise me.
All right, I promise. Goodbye, Mother. My love to Daddy.